All right, let's dive into something that might sound completely backwards at first. We're talking about radical detachment. And yeah, it's this super counterintuitive idea that to really get a handle on your life and your success, you actually have to learn how to let go.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Do you ever feel like the tighter you squeeze, the more things slip through your fingers? I mean, is that white-knuckle grip you have on life actually holding you back? Think about it for a second. So much of our stress, our frustration, it comes from trying to force things we just can't control. So what if the secret wasn't to grip even tighter, but to just open your hand?
And that right there, that's what we call the control trap. It's this idea we've all been sold: just try harder, push more, force it to happen, and you'll get what you want. But does that actually work? Or does it just leave you feeling completely burned out and stuck in the mud? That's the trap.
I love this quote. Control is the ego's favorite drug. It's so true, right? It promises us safety, it promises us security, but what it really delivers is chains. See, our ego is terrified of losing. It's constantly whispering in our ear, hold on tight. If you let go, it's all gonna fall apart. But that's not safety. It's a cage. It literally suffocates your potential and blinds you to all the other amazing possibilities out there.
Okay, so let's break this down. It really comes down to two completely different ways of operating. On the one hand, you've got attachment. This is all ego and fear. It makes you contract, to shrink. You're constantly focused on what you might lose, on scarcity, and that just slams the door on new possibilities. But then you've got detachment. This is all about trust and openness. It's expansive. It's about abundance. And when you're in that state, the potential is literally infinite. The universe can bring you stuff you haven't even dreamed of yet.
Here's the best way I've heard it described. Think of your life as a powerful river. Now, when you're attached to a specific outcome, it's like you're out there frantically trying to build a dam. And sure, you might stop the water for a bit, but man, the pressure that's building up behind it is immense. Eventually, it's gonna break. Detachment, on the other hand, that's just learning how to hop in a canoe and flow with the current, trusting that the river knows where it's going and will carry you there. It's all ease and power, no struggle. Okay, so we've got to clear something up right now because it's a huge misconception. When I say detachment, a lot of people immediately think, oh, so you just don't care about anything. Apathy. But no, that is absolutely not what this is about. In fact, true detachment is one of the most powerful and engaged ways you can live. So what is radical detachment really? Here it is, plain and simple. It is caring deeply about your actions while releasing your grip on the outcomes. Let me say that again. You pour your heart and soul into the doing. You show up. You do your absolute best, but you completely let go of needing the result to look a certain way. You give it your all without expectation.
Let's really drill down on this because the difference is everything. Indifference, that's just apathy. That's checking out, disconnecting, basically giving up. Detachment is the total opposite. It's what we call engaged freedom. See, with indifference, you don't invest any energy at all. But with detachment, you invest your energy fully, you just do it without being chained to the outcome. One is rooted in giving up, the other is rooted in a deep, profound trust.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good philosophical mumbo-jumbo. There is actual hard science to back this up. We're talking about rewiring your brain. Seriously, practicing this stuff literally changes how your brain functions, pulling you out of stress mode and dropping you right into a state of creative flow. Check this out. When you're in that attachment mode, worrying, stressing, trying to control everything, it lights up your amygdala. That's your brain's alarm system, the fear center. It floods your body with stress hormones. But when you shift into detachment, something amazing happens. Your brain activity moves to the prefrontal cortex. That's your hub for clear thinking, for creativity, for problem solving. You literally become smarter and more resourceful the moment you let go. And this is why attachment can be such a trap. It creates this nasty feedback loop, right? You worry that something bad is going to happen, so you get all stressed and anxious, which makes you act in a way that, well, it actually helps cause the bad thing to happen. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of struggle. You're basically creating the very reality you're afraid of. The good news? Detachment is how you break that cycle for good. So how do we actually do it? How do we break that loop? Well, it's a simple, three-phase process of rewiring your mind. You start with what feels like a lie. Then you consciously build it into a genuine belief. And finally, it just becomes your natural state of being. It's a journey from faking it to believing it to living it.
You can think of it like a placebo effect that you are 100% in control of. It's fascinating, right? We know for a fact that if someone truly believes a sugar pill is medicine, their body can create real, measurable healing. It's the belief that does the work. This is the same idea. When you start to believe in positive outcomes without that desperate, clinging energy, your mind, your body, and even your circumstances start to respond.
Okay, that's enough theory. Let's get down to brass tacks. We've talked about the what and the why, so now let's get into the how. I'm going to give you some super practical, concrete steps you can start using literally today to bring this freedom into your own life. The whole framework is super simple to remember. It's just 3 actions. You're going to decide, you're going to affirm, and you're going to be. That's it. Let's break down exactly what that means. First up, step 1, decide. This has to be a conscious, deliberate choice. I want you to pick one thing, just one, that you're really clinging to right now. Maybe it's a goal, a worry about a relationship, whatever. Now, I want you to actually say it out loud. I am detaching from the specific outcome of this. And here's your new mantra. This is golden. This or something even better. Step 2 is affirm. Now, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty of rewiring your brain. You've got to feed it new information. So start every day with a simple affirmation, something like, I am free and I flow with ease. But here's the key, and you cannot skip this. Start a journal to collect what I call micro-proof. Every time something good happens, a little synchronicity, an unexpected opportunity, you write it down. You're literally building a case file for your brain to prove that this works.
And finally, we have step 3, be. This is where you embody it. You start acting as if you are already that calm, trusting, detached person. So the next time you have a big decision, pause and ask yourself, what would the version of me who isn't desperate for one outcome do right now? See the difference? You start making choices from a place of inspiration, not desperation. You show up 100%, but you're not attached to the result.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. What reality could you create if you just let go? When you finally stop trying to force everything, when you release that death grip and just trust the process, what amazing things are waiting just on the other side that right now you're blocking without even realizing it?